Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. You guys did this to me. We hit a like goal or something. Oh, my timer's not accurate. Whatever. We hit a like goal. I can't remember what it was, but on one of my videos, and I promised Heaven Sword only speedrun. So the way that I'm doing this is it's the empty hand preset, which means, oh, I don't even need to get this extra hearts. The empty hand preset essentially means that no items are gonna drop in the game. So, 2, 3. Because there aren't gonna be any extra item drops, the only items I'm gonna be able to use is gonna be Heaven Sword, and I'm gonna be giving myself Heaven Sword manually using cheats. So that's the way that I'm going about doing this. So that I won't have access to any items in the game except for progression items, progression relics, and then Heaven Sword. So I got too frustrated with all the strats on X1. X1's tough, I will say. It's not hard to just beat the game kind of fast, but to do it like at top level is very hard. But that's most games, I feel like. There's always going to be more optimizations you can make. And something that you could help me optimize. Where is it? 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 Oh my god, it's got to be on here somewhere. Here it is. Did you know this number is fallen a lot? 26% of the people that watch my videos are subscribed now. That's absolutely insane, dude. Oh my god. Okay, so this is supposed to be Heaven Sword only. Let me actually do what I said I was gonna do and turn the cheats on. Because normally empty hand starts you with just an empty hand, which is, you know, part of the joke. So let me open up the cheats. Wrong cheat file. Open this cheat file, turn it on, boom. Now I have Heaven Sword in my hand. Once I get to the second castle, I'll give myself a second Heaven Sword. I forgot to explain that part. Yeah, right now it's Heaven Sword time. I do have the Dark Shield, which is actually cheating, but the game does start you with random items as well. But I'm going to be getting those taken away from me from death, but he's not going to take away the Heaven Sword, so. See there? That's normally supposed to be an item. It says empty hand. So anywhere that there would normally be an item, it's just going to be an empty hand item. Oh my god, the sword didn't even come back to me. I went too fast. All right. Empty hand. And here's death. Yeah, that's the basis for the whole speedrun, is I'm going to be using one Heaven Sword in the first castle, and then once I get to the second castle, I'm then allowed to use a second Heaven Sword. I think that's the best way to kind of balance it. Yep, empty hand. Empty hand. Power of Mist from the start. Interesting. This is basically the same as Safe Logic randomizer, so it's going to be actually kind of difficult compared to the randomizers I've been doing recently, which, oh my god, of course. All right. Well, you guys know what to do. So yeah, for the most part, Heaven Sword, as much as I love to complain about it, it's fine until you want to do damage quickly. I do have my fist available as well, obviously. And I could realistically just be using that everywhere because it's more reliable than using Heaven Sword, but I think in the spirit of the challenge, I'm going to be attempting to use fucking Heaven Sword. Doesn't even one-shot these guys. Ugh. Yeah, Heaven Sword's great as long as you can one-shot stuff. Yeah, as you saw there. Forcing myself to have to fight things with the Heaven Sword does suck. Like, this fight up here is going to be probably not too bad because I'm just going to use a Tetra Spirit, and Tetra Spirit's OP, but... Yo, let's game Tommy. Thank you so much for the Prime sub. Did I get a double kill? Could you imagine? I'm actually going to get this health up. Because something tells me that I'm going to struggle in later parts of the game. So I think getting health ups is actually a good idea. Can I use 2 of them for the memes? I just explained that the way that I'm gonna go about doing it is I'm gonna use 2 heaven swords once I get into the second castle. That's like the stipulation. Is that in the first castle I only have 1, and then once I get to the second castle I'll have 2. Otherwise I would just be spamming the 2 swords all like everywhere that I went, and I feel like that, especially in the first castle, that's a little overpowered. There's no sub weapons either. Yeah, you wouldn't get access to sub weapons until you found Cube of Zoe, but that's normal. That's how the normal game works, is you don't have... Candles don't drop anything until you have the Cube of Zoe item. Also, I don't have any money, so I might need to farm for some cash. Oh no, I actually kind of need that money. What are you meowing about? What are you meowing about, Beans? He probably just wants to play. He's like, let me play the video game. Sword card. That's actually huge, unironically, because the amount of damage that I'm going to be able to do is going to be quite limited. So I feel like it's in the spirit of the challenge to also be able to use sword card. And if you think otherwise, and you're watching this on YouTube, leave a comment about how I'm literally cheating and that I said heaven sword only. Using the sword card is actually cheating. I also saw you use your fist before, so you have to redo the whole challenge. Dude, the freaking sword familiar is so bad. Especially at early levels. He tries so hard, but doesn't do anything. If you equip the sword. Yeah, but you don't have access to the sword until it's like at least level 50. And getting a familiar to level 50 in like a normal playthrough is like impossible without like actually grinding for it. So, oh yeah. So far, the Clock Rush section of the game is going to be fine with just having sword, I feel like. My biggest issue is going to come into like fighting bosses like Aurochs, dealing with lots of enemies in the same room, or dealing with like really pesky enemies. Slash. Slice. Like, I'm thinking about the gremlins in the mines. Those are gonna be fucking obnoxious to deal with. Oh my god, I'm stoned. Oh my god. For those of you watching on YouTube, by the way, I have a kitten now. I have a small cat. If I have a chance to show it off in this video, I will. But if you hear a bunch of noises, it's the cat. Galmoth's gonna be really bad. Galmoth's not gonna be too bad, to be honest, so long as I have a transformation to use against him. To like get up into the right... Well, basically I just have to get up into the right spot and then alternate Heaven Swords back and forth, because I'll have 2 at that point. This fight, I have no clue how this is gonna go, actually. Does he dodge the Heaven Sword throw, like, as if it's a spell? No, I guess not. Oh, it's actually not that bad. If you just crouch, he crouches. That's great. Say hi to YouTube, everybody. And YouTube, make sure to say hi back. People in Twitch chat just want to see people in Twitch chat just want to see you guys say hi back. Maybe this is the day I learn to like truly appreciate the Heaven Sword. Gravity boots, interesting. Never mind, Heaven Sword fucking sucks. 12 damage from a Medusa head, by the way. What's up with that? Wait a minute. Oh, I didn't think this through. The Heaven Sword has random stats. And these stats fucking suck because I'm playing on the current version of the randomized. Oh no. Okay, well. All right, that's cool. That's cool. What's up, Claro Gaming? That's a question I asked before this started. I didn't think that through. Because without making a custom preset, which I could have done, but it would have taken a lot more time. And I don't have like a ton of practice making custom presets. If I made a custom preset, I could have set it up where I didn't randomize the item stats. But to have it both be empty hand but not randomized item stats is interesting. What's up, Parasite? 69 viewers already? Nice. What's up, Kevin? No worries. Whoa! This flag I forgot was on is... Yeah, exactly. Especially because the way that like Soden Rando works is that it's very customizable, but the way you have to do stuff, if you want to do like super customized stuff, is you have to make the seed preset yourself. But for the most part, the presets that we have available are actually really good, so you usually don't have to do that. Vanilla Fairy Scroll is annoying. Oh my god, I thought the book's death animation was them flying at me, and I got really scared. I also don't think I have enough cash to... Oh my god, if he did the lightning sword attack right then and there, I would have been so fucking dead. Heaven Sword only, yep. I was bullied into it, so enjoy yourself. Also, I decided that the sword card fits alongside the spirit of the challenge. I'm only getting Spirit Orb to show you guys how frigging terrible the damage is gonna be. Also, because I randomized the stats, basically like this version of the randomizer is always gonna randomize the stats. The stats that I got for this Heaven Sword is not great. It lowers my defense by a lot. So I'm probably going to be one hit, well, not one hit, but a couple hits from dying a lot of the time. Oh, I have no gems to sell. I need that! What should I buy, guys? I was thinking this castle map looks pretty interesting, but I'm thinking maybe Empty Hand. It costs a lot of money, so it must be good.
Farewell for now.
I need like $25 more. There we go. Just to get some HP back. Oh yeah, originally Empty Hand was a joke preset. There we go. It was an April Fool's preset from the first randomizer, so. What's up, Just ads. Imagine being worried you might die when you have Heaven Sword Lamau. Fuck off.
I'm interested in
my muscle memory always makes you want to sell gems as soon as I get there, but. Yeah, definitely, for sure. April Fool flags never stay gone, yeah. It's basically just a, what's the word? It's just a for fun thing. Last time I did an Empty Hand Seed, I was miserable the whole time, though. So, that's cool. Oh my god, I almost freaking ran into that fool. I don't know if that's possible. Yeah, you could probably do it. I mean, the best way to do it would just to have, maybe not Empty Hand, but you'd have to have different kinds of equipment that increase your stats that are only purchasable in the library. So it would be kind of lame. I should go down. I already opened the teleporter for myself, so I'm actually going to go to... Oh no, wait, never mind. I am gonna go back up. I forgot an Alchemy Lab exists, so we're going to Alchemy Lab. I'm so indecisive. Does it bring up any interesting routing questions? Not really. So Heaven Sword itself isn't like It's not a thrust sword, so it doesn't give you access to like dive kicks early or anything like that. I am playing the randomizer, which means for the most part, the challenge comes from being in different situations that you don't normally get to practice and stuff like that for like a normal speed run. Like for this instance, all I have as far as like gaining extra height is gravity boots, which gives me a gravity jump. But because I only have gravity boots and nothing else, I only have access to one gravity jump. So being able to like figure out that stuff. Is Heaven Sword throw 2? As far as items go, I think it is throw 2, yes. Gravity juice. Once you acquire enough gravity juice, I will grab Echo of Bat because I don't want to miss out on the opportunity of using Force of Echo, which might be one of the only ways of me actually doing damage. I'm excited to use Force of Echo because that's more convenient than using the freaking Heaven Sword. The other thing that's interesting about the Heaven Sword is that it has momentum depending on how you throw it. So like, for example, if I throw the Heaven Sword as I'm doing a backdash, it doesn't go that far. So I wonder if I do a dive kick into throwing the Heaven Sword, if that will make it throw like extra far. Because I can do a backdash, cancel, turnaround, throw. And that seems to throw it kind of far. Oh, frame drop for a second. I should be back. Ah, ew, gross. Gross, gross, gross. In Chaos, can you run away from using haste? Might be a new soft lock. I mean, the Heaven Sword, if you change rooms, I think just reloads itself, so. Yeah, I got a bit choppy for a second. I shouldn't, like, disconnect or anything when I drop frames because of the encoding that I use. It might just lower the frame rate, so. If it looks like the frame rate got lowered, it's just my connection to the Twitch server or whatever is like choppy for a second. But it's never gonna like buffer, basically. Or it shouldn't, at least. Unless something goes terribly, terribly wrong. Alright, so I think the plan is I'm gonna open the teleporter for Auroch's quarters. I'm gonna check the relic that is at the Coliseum. Oops. And then we're gonna go to the caverns, I guess, because getting early Jewel of Open fucking sucks. It is always annoying. Also, the sword card hasn't done any damage yet, by the way. It was like the second relic I got, and it hasn't done any damage to any enemy yet. He's trying his hardest. He needs to try harder, bro. Alright, definitely don't need that. I'm not gonna open the shortcut. Oh my god. Nice freaking... Nice jump, me. So instead, just open the warp, and then we're gonna move on to the caverns, which is gonna be not fun for literally anyone. Oh god, I fucked up. Alright. Alright, there we go. Gas cloud damage might be useful. It's just gonna be so slow to go out of my way to fight Minotaur and Werewolf with just Heaven Sword, so. It's not about how much damage they do, but the friends we made along the way, yeah.
Thank you.
Loving these runs for
Yo. Thank you so much, Retro. Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking die. Get out of there. Alucard, get out of there. Heaven Sword, do something! Kill him! Yeah, thank you, Retro Toro, for the donation. All right. Oops. The Heaven Sword's so annoying to use. All right. To the caverns we go. Slash! What are you slashing at, bro? For such a rare drop. It is the rarest drop in the game, by the way. It is tied for the rarest drop in the game. There's 3 items that have the same drop rate. Medusa Shield, Heaven Sword, and Talisman. Those 3 items are the most rare drops in the game. All of which can be found in the first castle, which is kind of weird. Feels like Vorpal Blade never drops. I think it's one of the rarer ones too. I hear there might be a sequel to Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. Really? That's interesting, because they didn't even finish the first game yet. Interesting. Interesting. Vard is actually extremely common. You got the news article too? No, wait, are you serious? They're actually considering making a sequel before they finish the first game? Come on, bro. Oh my god. They better pawn that shit off to a different studio and still finish the first game. That's insane. What's up, Slick? Dude, they never added the multiplayer. There's like so many of the backer stuff that they never added. That's insane. This is why you don't support shit on fucking Kickstarter. That's wild. Oh. Aw. The sword almost did damage. That's pretty typical, actually. That sucks, dude. That sucks. Isn't that just like admitting failure, though? Or do you just like... Is it just so common with Kickstarters that people don't care? They're just like, eh, whatever. I don't expect to get more than like 10% of the game they promised anyways. To be fair though, oh, Cuba Zoe, nice. To be fair, at least like, from what I hear, the Ukulele devs did a really good job with their sequel, so. It's more deciding they like money, yeah, I guess. Before making a sequel, whatever they make as a sequel, they should just make it as a an addition to the original game, because they haven't finished the original game, dude. Like, that's fucking insane. It should just, even if it's paid DLC, that's fine. Well, maybe not actually. I don't know. It shouldn't be paid DLC actually, now that I think about it. Wait, can I do this? Oh my god. Yeah, I got some of them. But yeah, that really sucks, dude. They never even finished the game. I really hope they're not working. Oh my god! He did it! He killed something! Sword Bro did something! Redo the game engine, better optimized for modern consoles. Ooh, true, Cold Mage. That is an issue. Whatever engine... Well, didn't they just use Unity? Actually? Okay, I legitimately have to use my fist here. Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking die to frogs. That frog was just standing there menacingly, dude. That's terrifying. No! Oh god, Sword Bro, do it! Sword Bro, no! You let me down. Why is this the most stressful hallway in the game? Oh my god, no! No, fuck! They're so powerful! Oh my god, I never want to do that again. Alright. It was made in Unreal 4? Oh. Okay, if it was made in Unreal 4, then maybe they do want to upgrade to Unreal 5. God. Please don't hit me. Dude. God, the Heaven Sword sucks ass. We'll stand on this hill defending Bloodstained. If you really like the base game of Bloodstained, then I think it's a great product. If you enjoy the game for what it is, there's so much stuff to do. I will agree that it is a good game. However, I personally thought the base game was like a, I don't know. I give it like a 6.5, maybe 7 out of 10. Leapstone. Okay. I'm actually okay with finding Leapstone here. That's not too bad. It was fine. I enjoyed my first playthrough, but for me, that was more than enough to be like, I'm kind of done with this game. However, I am interested in trying Zangetsu again at some point. There's an Unreal 5. Yeah, Unreal 5 is for modern consoles right now. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, God. No. Okay, we're good. The floating soul seal was actually kind of scary. You love lol at my Bloodless playthrough? Bloodless was so boring to me, dude. Like, she just got big titties. That's all people care about. Zangetsu was an actual fun playthrough. It felt like an actual, like, side character playthrough for me, but... It's been a while and they probably need another influx of cash. Yeah, logistically I understand making another game. Oh, nice. This sure is fun, guys. Oh boy, I do love walking slowly and the sword still doesn't catch up to me. Like, why does the sword, like, fall behind? Huh? Nice kill, sword bro. Spike breaker. Oh, thank God I have some defense. Yeah, free DLC only works if it gets more people to buy the game. And the base game's relatively cheap, right? They didn't do a full... Is it 20 or 30 bucks right now? And I'm sure it goes on sale too because it's older. Also, the Switch version is really janky, so they probably... Because yeah, they have to develop for consoles and the Switch version, and whatever DLC that they make has to be compatible on the Switch version as well. So I can understand, like, logistically, they can't finish the game. And I accept that. It's only $20? Okay, never mind. I'm not mad. It's a $20 video game. I don't give a shit if they don't finish it. It already does have a lot of content, yeah. I am disappointed that a developer that I have a lot of respect for personally, Igarashi, unfortunately went that route where he couldn't finish the game with all of the promises made. But I mean, that's Kickstarter for you, I guess. Shit. Wait, did I never press the switch? Motherfucker. Oh, it's $40 on Steam? No, ooh, wait, hold up, wait a minute. $40? That changes my opinion. Nah, dude, I don't know. That's kind of fucked up now that I think about it. If it was a $20 video game, then yeah, they don't have to finish it, whatever. But 40 bucks? Shit, bro. That's actually kind of fucked up. It goes on sale regularly for 20. I guess if you picked up the game for 20, you probably are happy with your decision. Fuck, man, I killed the Donkey Kong. But 40 bucks, that's not a good deal. I don't know. It depends on if you really, really like that game and you put a lot of time into like unlocking everything. But something tells me that not a lot of people did. Which game we're talking about? Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. To be fair, I would probably be happier with a sequel than them finishing the main game, because the main game kind of looks like shit, and I don't think they're going to be able to fix the graphical issues that I have with the game, with the current engine they're working in. I would say if you can find the game for 20 bucks, it's definitely a very good $20 deal. That's fine. I would say $20 is a great deal for that game. 40 bucks, I wouldn't buy it for 40. That's yeah, basically a $30 equivalent, just adds. Damage done. What's up, dude? Appreciate hearing that, man. Glad you like the content. Remember when they said it would release for Wii U and PS Vita? Yeah. But I mean, that's what happens when it was in development hell for like what, 5 years? So I really hope, but the fact is if they make a sequel, they're just gonna reuse the assets that they have and maybe polish them up. Maybe those assets are salvageable. Oh my god, my first damage boost of the fucking run. I actually do more damage now, thank god. I have Spike Breaker, I'm good. I can finish everything down here. Are they gonna do Netflix sprites? Like Netflix inspired sprites for Rainbow? Probably not. Doing sprite editing in this game is actually very difficult. Outside of just color palette stuff. Like actually just putting in new sprites is very difficult. There have been people that have been looking into that for years, and I haven't seen anything super duper fruitful. I mean, with Chaos, we've been able to, I say we, but Talik's been able to move, like manipulate the sprite colors, but that's about it. Obviously the minority. So I would replay, yo, what's up, AST? Basically, yeah. I guess to just kind of wrap up my feelings on Ritual of the Night, since we're talking about it, the game's fine. Like, legitimately, my biggest issue with the game is that some of the bugs are very jarring, and like, it's kind of a meme to make fun of Igavania games for being really buggy and glitchy and stuff, but some of them are really bad. The mechanics feel pretty good. It just lacks polish, exactly. And a big part of the polish that I feel like it lacks is visual polish. Like, the game kind of looks like a dog turd. I really wish that they did a better job of the 2.5D, 3D, like 3D in 2D style, because you could do it in such a good way. You can make it look like a fucking anime, bro. Look at what Arc System Works does with their games. They're 3D games that use 2D like style. Because you're forcing a perspective in a 3D game that is 2D, you can make your 3D models look really, really good just from one side. That's all you gotta do. You could use lighting effects and stuff like that. I feel like it was very, sometimes I wonder if they stuck with a 2D pixel art style. The issue is pixel art takes too long and is too expensive compared to 3D animation. Especially if you're developing in Unreal Engine 4. So the lack of polish in visuals, I think, is a huge issue, personally. Because, like, basically all indie games, you have to have, like, flawless visuals. But Metroidvanias in particular, the bar is so high. The bar is so high for Metroidvanias. It's insane. As much as I talk shit about, can we get a Soul Steal for the fans, actually, real quick? As much as I talk shit about Hollow Knight in my personal enjoyment with the game, I cannot lie that the game is very well polished. I don't agree with the design decisions, that the developers chose for Hollow Knight, but I can tell that they're very intentional and well polished to the point where it is the game that the developers 100% wanted, with very little, at least from what it feels like, very little compromises. And if they did have to make compromises, it doesn't feel like they did, if that makes sense. Yeah, Shovel Knight's a completely 3D game. Symphony of the Night is a completely 3D game as well, by the way. It has to be a 3D game in order to render the 3D objects that the game has. The Sword Bro is a 3D object as well. The books in the library are 3D objects. The animation of the lava moving is a 3D object. Oh my god, I just got fucking beamed in the face. There's a ton of 3D objects in this game, so they just overlay the 2D sprites over the 3D world. It's the fucking Toys R Us of Metroidvanias. What does that mean? Wait, Arrow, what do you mean it's the Toys R Us? I am an avid Hollow Knight hater. I hate the gameplay, personally. I think the gameplay is very much not great. But what does it mean, the Toys R Us? What do you mean by that? I'm actually really curious. How do I have 4 Vlad relics? What the fuck? This seed is wild. This seed might actually be really easy. KOF 13 are the same. I'm hoping this analogy comes together perfectly when you say it's the Toys R Us. There's probably some big brain analogy. But yeah, the lava effects underneath me are all 3D. Oh my god, I got fucking bodied by this guy. Toys R Us is gone. Did I get the Vlad relic in the shop? Yeah, I did, Kaibaman. I made sure to grind to get enough money for it. But yeah, I don't know. A long time ago, like over a year ago now, I was writing a script for my very first like serious YouTube video that I never actually ended up making because I thought I sounded like a little baby. I was very complainy. The tone was very whiny, so I decided not to make the video. But the idea of the video was why modern Metroidvanias suck was going to be the title. And the idea is that like modern Metroidvanias are very well polished video games for the most part in the design aspect, like the visual, audio design, all that stuff. Your grandmother takes you your 9-year-old self to buy something nice and rewards you for a good report card. Oh, so you're saying it's a baby game? You think Hollow Knight is a baby game? Wow, that's interesting. That's a take that I have yet to hear. That's what it sounds like, that you're saying it's like a game for children. Because that game is fucking brutal, dude. If you're saying like the art style, yeah, it's like a cute art style. I would say that the art style is its biggest strength. I mean, I might be misinterpreting what you mean by that, but the idea of it being a baby game is very funny to me, I will say. Oh fuck, I never did Alright, well, I got some more shit that I gotta do. First Castle still needs a lot of exploring. I'll go to Castle Keep, and then I'll come back to do Gold Ring. And then after Gold Ring, I have no clue. It's the first thing that catches your eye. Okay. So you're saying that you're not a fan of the style. Interesting. Bro, we all know Dark Souls is a baby game. Bro, if you give my 2-year-old self Dark Souls, that game's easy. To be fair, you just hold your shield out a lot in Dark Souls and you're fine. Dark Souls 1, you just shield camp and you're fine. Literally, you can teach your grandma to beat Dark Souls. Dark Souls is the hardest game ever made. It is the Dark Souls of Dark Souls, if you think of it that way. Oh, which brings me to one of my interesting points that I would make in that video, which is the Dark Soulsification of modern Metroidvanias. I think is ruined, not ruined, but has really taken the genre in what I think is the wrong direction. Because Dark Souls itself is like interesting that it's a 3D Metroidvania style game, and most 3D Metroidvania styles previously outside of Metroid Prime were not received very well. And even Metroid Prime is like more of like a cult classic, if anything. But so many games trying to be 2D Dark Souls, I think actually dilutes what makes Metroidvanias fun in the first place, in my opinion. They generally sucked. That was going to be the name of the video, which is why the title was going to be Why Modern Metroidvanias Suck. And it was going to be a video essay on, I was going to use Hollow Knight, Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night, and Axiom Verge as my 3 options, because those are very well-known Metroidvanias that have come out within the last like 10 years. Because I was going to extend it to being like literally any Metroidvania released since basically the Castlevania games by Igarashi and the 2D Metroidvanias developed by Nintendo. Anything other than those games, honestly, struggled a lot. And even games within those series struggled a lot, I think, to really capture what makes Metroidvanias great. Like, some of them were fine. They were fine games, but they weren't, like, great Metroidvanias. Especially when you compare it to, like, Symphony of the Night and Super Metroid. I like Axiom Verge. I think it's actually a pretty good game. The issue that I find with Axiom Verge is that it has a hard time developing its own identity, and then it also has an issue with the weapons and upgrades not being super meaningful. At least for me, once I got the green shotgun blast weapon, that's all I used for the whole game. And one of the arguments that I made is that Metroidvanias are at their best when you have a myriad of options to explore and that upgrades are actually meaningful. Because it creates a good feedback loop where you're interested in exploring the world because the things that you find are actually interesting and useful. And it's okay to have a hard game as well. But the issue with having a game that's very, very hard is that you need upgrades that feel meaningful and impactful. Otherwise, having a hard game means nothing. For example, Super Metroid is a hard fucking game, dude. Super Metroid is not a baby game. That game kills you and doesn't give a fuck. It throws you into a lava pit with 3 fucking hopping, cracked out aliens that you have no clue how to fight. You take damage and get fucking knocked back and like comboed and shit. Your movement is super floaty, so you can't just run away super easily. But the thing that makes Metroid, like Super Metroid, such a good game as a Metroidvania is the game is hard and ruthless, except every upgrade that you get in that game is so meaningful. Super Metroid, when you're playing with only like 10 missiles, oh my god, that's so convenient. I have both the rings now. When you only have like 10 missiles at your disposal, Super Metroid is fucked up. But when you have 100 missiles and you're just spamming missiles and shit, you feel like a god. Getting like 20 supers, that's great. Getting health upgrades feels great. Getting the suit upgrades both increases your defense as well as your ability to explore and get more upgrades. So the upgrades need to be meaningful and give you like a lot if you have a game that's very hard. And I think Hollow Knight, I was going to make the illusion that Hollow Knight doesn't do a good job of upgrading the character through exploration. Most of the exploration in Hollow Knight is it feels pointless. It's like, great, I found one of these worm guys that might give me some more geo if I go back to the main like part of the game. But this geo, I could just lose at any time if I like have an unfortunate death. So it doesn't feel permanent. It doesn't feel like you're actually upgrading your character. And the few upgrades that are like in the game are like way too spread out. Way too spread out. My biggest gripe with Vanias is the fact that the game doesn't allow you to enjoy endgame items and skill. Yeah, that is another thing that I think Soten does a decent job of, which is just, the game just kind of lets you fucking get broken stuff whenever you want. Have I played Death's Gambit? You probably wouldn't like the gameplay because what you're looking for in gameplay anymore, but I absolutely love the world building and story. Wasn't Death's Gambit, isn't that the Adult Swim game? Or am I thinking of a different one? It is? Huh. I heard mixed things about it. I think I saw the Steam score was like mixed or something. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Trying to be Dark Souls is something that I think is very difficult to do in 2D. Because the combat in Dark Souls itself is much more complicated because of the fact that it's in a 3D environment. Bro, I should just make this video anyways. I should revamp the script to make it less complaining and more just like more just stating opinions about Metroidvanias. And I don't know, but it's so hard. People are gonna get butthurt because I'm gonna be talking shit about Bloodstained, Axiom Verge, and Hollow Knight, and also Dark Souls, and Super Metroid, and Soten, because I'm talking about issues that all of them have. I don't know. People are gonna be butthurt no matter what, but I think it's a good idea if I just finish the video. Dislikes are still engagement. That is that's somebody that understands the game, dude. Where am I going? Oh, I went the wrong way. I shouldn't have teleported. I love Axiom Verge too. I enjoyed my playthrough of the game a lot, but that's because I found a weapon that I enjoyed using and I just used that the whole time, and it was fine. I think the world of Axiom Verge is actually very interesting because the music is great and the visuals are great, and just being in the world feels fun. The enemy designs are really cool, even if there aren't, like, they're not super duper original, because the game obviously is very much inspired by Super Metroid, but like, that's okay. That's fine. I don't think that's a problem. What are you doing? What are you doing, Beans? Hold up. You want to say hi to the stream again? No? Are you gonna run away? Oh my god, you are freaking adorable. Get back here. Come on. Come on. Come here, Beans. No? He doesn't want to say hi anymore. He ran up to me, scratched at me, screamed at me, went meow, and then ran away. Such a needy little kitty. I'll try and show him off at some point. That sounds like a cat, yes. I'll try and get him on stream a couple of times today so you guys can get to know him. If I don't get him on the screen and you're curious about the cat in the YouTube video, because this is going to go on YouTube, I'll have a link to a clip of me holding the cat. If you do ! Kitten, it pulls up that clip if you're curious. Okay, I will say, I've been talking a lot of shit about Heavensword. This playthrough has been significantly easier than just like a normal empty hand run, so I shouldn't talk too much shit. Oh my god, dive kick into Heavensword? You see the range on that? Wait, hold up. Maybe I just need to learn the Heavensword tech. It goes off screen, dude. Yeah, this is a normal throw. This is throw while walking. This is throw while backdashing, so it kind of stutters. And then you can do a backdash turnaround cancel, and then you can do a dive kick. Lots of options. Interesting. Oh my god. Beans, what do you want? What do you want? You want to play? I'm playing. Missed. Nice. Heavensword redeemed. Well, back to work. No worries, ASD. I wouldn't say it's necessarily redeemed, but I'm starting to hate it a little bit less. Cat plays Soten. Maybe one day I'll teach the kitty how to play Soten. Oh, I can check Silver Ring as well. That might be Holy Glasses, actually. Or it might be Bat. I'll go do that. It feels unfair at points. Sorry, I missed a lot of the discussion because I was distracted by my cat. I raged at the game and it feels... But fuck, man, it's so hard for me. Which game are we talking about, Brandon? Talking about Salt and Sanctuary? Oh, yeah. Again, like, I need to actually play through those games, I think, at some point, if I want to finish a fair review of how Dark Souls games, I think, personally, aren't good for Metroidvanias, like having a Dark Souls style game. Might not be great. Well, that's just embarrassing. Oh my god, Beans, what do you want? Bro, I don't even have holy glasses! This is all the Vlad relics! What the fuck? Salt and Sanctuary, yeah. Like, I played through, pretty much like 90% of Blasphemous, and I didn't want to finish the game. Like, not because it was necessarily super hard. Like, it was a hard game, but it wasn't that hard. The thing that made me frustrated with Blasphemous was the lack of progression. Like, the progression felt very, unimportant. The game is very open world, a lot like Dark Souls because of that. But yeah, what's Blasphemous? Blasphemous is a 2D Metroidvania style game, very heavily inspired by Dark Souls. I had a whole section written up. I still have the script somewhere. I should just revise the script. But I had a whole section talking about how 2D combat does not equal 3D combat, and it's very, very, very difficult to get the combat right in a Dark Souls style game if you're running around in 2D. Because in 3D, you have the depth of combat to help you, where one, oh my god, I have so many different things I could talk about. In 3D, what ends up happening is that you have the whole depth of like 3D movement to work around when you're fighting somebody. So having an omnidirectional roll helps. You can space yourself in 3 dimensions. So if a swing goes like this way, you have to dodge differently than if it goes this way, or if it's an overhead. Whereas in 2D, you basically only have the X axis to worry about, and like the Y axis kind of. But the extra axis of depth quite literally adds depth to the gameplay. How did I make the seed? It's just an empty hand seed, and then I gave myself Heaven's Sword as a cheat. One thing I didn't take into account is the fact that the stats are randomized still on empty hand. So the stats on this Heaven's Sword are actually really shitty. They're not that bad, but it does decrease my damage, or my defense a little bit. Oh my god, you are so needy. What do you want? What do you want, Beans? Do you guys hear him? Actually, no? Okay. That's just the voice activation, but Beans was just being annoying. An annoying little kitty. I can't hear him, but I can sense his presence. He was just sitting at the door screaming for no reason. He's just being a cat. If I level up the familiar, do I get a second Heaven's Sword? My plan was to give myself a second Heaven's Sword once I entered the second castle. However, I've been stuck in the first castle for an hour and already have all the Vlad relics. So it's a little too late for that strategy, but whatever. Did you jump up on the... How did you get up here? He's on my table! Beans, get over here. Beans, come on. Get over here. Did you guys hear that thump? That was him jumping up on my table. Oh my god. I'm in the middle of a speedrun, kitty. Come here. Say hi to the stream. He's behind my monitor right now. Come here. Go around. Don't crawl under the monitor. Go around. Go this way. Oh my god, Beans. Come here. Oh my god. Never mind. He just wanted to hide behind my monitor and stare at me. Wants to get warm. Maybe. There's a lot of warm stuff behind my monitor. My computer is up on the table too. Beans, what are you doing? You keep jumping up here. I'll see if I can get him without him running away during this cutscene. Hold on, guys.
Mother!
That voice! Alucard, it's you!
I'm coming, Mother! I'll save you!
No, Alucard! Don't come here!
But Mother!
It's all right. If my death can save others, I gladly surrender my life.
Mother, no! Please, no!
No, it's not
Yes,
happening.
Alucard. Watch me die and remember.
He's just
always
running
my
like a
last
freaking
words to
crazy
you.
little kitty everywhere, so.
Yes, Mother.
You must despise humans. They
Mother.
are to be your prey.
I'm coming, Mother!
What?
Better for them to die than to let them compound their sins. Begin by slaying that
What?
one over there.
What do you...
No,
oh my
it
god.
wasn't like
Beans!
What's wrong?
Getting attacked by my cat.
Alucard,
My mother never said such a thing.
what do you mean?
I'm gonna kill you, that's what I mean. Nice job. Oh, do some damage. There you go. Sword Bro's getting involved. Alright, whatever. Oh my god. The voice acting is like the best kind of bad in this game. Ah, shit. Nothing here. Alright. Probably could have save split this. The cleanup? Oh my god. Yeah, the voice acting in the more modern versions of the game, specifically the Requiem and PSP versions, they're so bad. What are you doing? Oh my god. I have like a workout mat. That's meant to like protect floors if you put heavy equipment on it. I don't have any heavy equipment. I just use it as like a workout mat, but Kitty does not want food. Kitty literally just ate. But he was scratching that shit up. That's fine. Dude, seriously, holy glasses are... Oh my god. Imagine holy glasses are actually in Merman statue. That's actually a possibility, now that I think about it. Whatever. Oh my god, why do I suck at this game? I just want to dash through them. There we go. Much faster this way. It was the same deal with Silent Hill. They did the voice acting bad on purpose. They're geniuses. Konami Computer Entertainment they're geniuses. They're so smart. To make the voice acting bad on purpose. Oh, where am I going? Whatever, I'll go up this way. I mean, it makes it much more memorable, to be honest. Like, people don't talk about... Interesting. Do you maintain your... Oh, you do maintain the speed in the air. Wait, is that the speed tech for Skill of Wolf? Is that you jump afterwards? Immediately? Is it frame perfect? That's weird. Fuck Konami, yeah. Slash! Slice! To be fair, any company doesn't care about their fans. They care about making money. And if they're able to make money without making their fans happy, which you can do by just getting people literally addicted to gambling, then yeah, why would you give a shit about your fans at that point? In fact, you're actively hurting them by getting them addicted to gambling. I mean, it's just mobile games are, people don't believe it, but mobile gaming is much bigger than every other type of gaming combined, and most mobile games are basically unregulated slot machines. Oh, this is the worst case scenario. It is Merman statue into holy glasses. Jesus Christ. That's wild. Yeah, mobile gaming is massive, massive, massive. Like, millions of concurrent players in like mobile games you've literally never heard of. Whatever. I'm so overpowered for the first castle now, but I've been here for so long. FIFA is insane too, yeah. What is it? It's estimated that like 70% of their player base has bought at least one pack from EA in FIFA games. It's like an insanely high number. And then the average player spends like over $200 on packs. Yeah, modern sports games are a fucking scam. It's so insane, dude. But I think it's because they don't what's the word? They don't respect like sports games players like intelligence at all, which is wild. They got me with an FFT inspired mobile game, so yeah, but that's mobile games, dude. They're insane. I mean, Konami tried using Grimoire of Souls or whatever to get people to do stuff, but that game wasn't even a gacha game, I feel like. And then they never actually released the game in full. I don't know. Hey, I'm not opposed to people spending their money on things that they enjoy. That's perfectly fine. I'm literally a streamer and my job is to like do stuff for you guys that you hopefully enjoy, and then you can choose to support if you like it or not. So it would be very hypocritical of me to be like, don't spend your money. But also, like, I'm not creating gambling addictions for you guys. At least, hopefully, I'm not creating gambling addictions. I don't even do predictions often enough to give you guys, like, a gambling addiction. So yeah, I don't know. Just be smart. Yeah. Plus, I never want to pressure people into, like, paying money for anything. Especially when it comes to my stream. It's one of the reasons why I don't do merch, because I feel like merch would be, one, a lot of work to do, and two, it would be, I wouldn't be able to provide something that I think would be of value, to be honest. Like, I'm not a huge fan of gamer merch personally, unless it's from very specific things. I say that as I'm wearing a literal Slippy hat, but the reason I got this hat is because I like hats. The logo doesn't look like a big old gamer logo, and also I wanted to support Slippy. So maybe I'm being hypocritical then about gamer merch. Actually, now that I say all that out loud, it's like I literally am like, I don't like gamer merch except for this gamer merch. Hats and beanies sell better, yeah. I feel like they're more practical than just like a t-shirt or like something like that. I don't know. It's hard to say. I will now talk about how cool Neo Geo sports games are. Are they really cool? I know next to nothing about the Neo Geo, as we talked about like yesterday, so. I don't know. I was talking about this the other day. I think a really good monetization method for indie like small indie teams. I was going to tell you this, Joshua, specifically, if you're still listening. Joshua's Glacial Storm, by the way. That if you make any games, I was thinking if you make like something that's small as like a demo or something like that, you can literally just put it on Steam for free, put it up on whatever app stores you can for free, and then just like after a certain amount of game time, just be like, no ads or anything. Just be like, hey, this game is free. If you want to support me, like have a little pop-up that's like, if you want to support me, here's like a direct donation link. But other than that, the game is completely free. Because I imagine this is stuff you're going to be making anyways. And it might not be like a full retail product, so people won't feel pressured to pay anything. But because it's free, and if they might like it and they want to support you, they can just give you money directly built into the game. I feel like that's a really good monetization idea. I went the wrong way. Whatever. Basically be like, hey, this isn't like a full product or anything like that, but if you like the idea, you have the option to support me here. If not, there's no ads, there's no nothing. Sitting pretty right now. I feel like, especially if it's a free-to-play game, people aren't gonna have like crazy high expectations because they didn't pay anything. I bonked there? That's wild. Not a bad idea, especially if I feel anything I make right now wouldn't be worth charging for. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, I know you don't feel like anything you make right now is worth charging for, but if you just have it up for free, and then say like, hey, if you want to support me, here's the link. I was trying to think of like game developers. I don't know if many of them make Patreons, but that's essentially like the idea behind a Patreon in a way. No, actually not really. It's actually better than Patreon because you're basically giving them everything up front for free. And then people who like the product are going to be interested in you anyways. So they're going to be the ones that want to support. And then if people aren't interested, yeah. You also get more feedback faster. True is that as well. You get access to feedback because more people are playing the game. So I don't know. It was something I was thinking about that I was going to tell you about next time I saw you, but I figured you're chilling here, might as well. I've dabbled in merch a bit, just spitballing here. Saw a black tee with your avatar on it, and the back it says whatever. It's whatever. Damn, I do say it's whatever a lot, huh? It's whatever. This is fine. It's whatever. This is fine. I'm fine. Guys, it's not a big deal, I swear. Oh my god, I'm fine. It's whatever. It's whatever. It's whatever. Getting hit by the Sleeman? It's whatever. Yeah. See, I like the idea behind merch. I think I would have a hard time selling merch, if that makes sense. Nice lag. Because I wouldn't feel confident in merch selling. Maybe it's just something I would have to do first before I would feel confident. Oh my god, Beans, you are so fucking cute. What do you want? I'm gonna put my hand down and you're gonna run away. Right? Is that what you're doing?
No. What have I done?
I would buy one for like 20.
Thank you.
The other thing is if you make merch that is cheap, it will be cheap in quality. That is for sure. That is for sure. Cheap merch is cheap quality. It sucks because some of my favorite band merch that I've ever bought, because I love band merch. If it's a band that I really enjoy and I'm seeing them live, like I want to buy merch. I want to support them through merch. And plus it gives me something that I think is like a cool style most of the time. But a lot of bands choose really shitty merch, like really shitty merch companies. So it just hurts my soul where I'm like, I want to support you, but this shirt is gonna fade after 3 washes. It's like a shitty screen printed shirt that I can't like do anything with. And some of my favorite shirts are like that, so it just sucks. Australia Manifesto merch is 10 out of 10. The shirt, I will say, the Straight Light shirts that I have worn are still wearable. They're a little faded, but they're still around. I still have mine. Oh my god, what the fuck? Okay, oh my god, okay, hold up. Let's be careful here. I'm gonna fucking die if I'm not paying attention. Oh, it's the second castle, hold up. Guys, you know what that means? Da 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 da. Second castle time. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. 2 heaven swords. Aha! Now I'm double useless against this. This hallway is not meant for heaven swords, dude. All right, let's see how much damage this does. Oh, that's not too bad. You're honestly better off not using the heaven sword special, to be honest. I feel like the heaven sword special actually slows you down. Heaven sword or Black Panther was scared of them. The Black Panther does that no matter what you do. Black Panther gets scared easy. Oh, I didn't throw the sword. Oh my god. Hold up. I gotta be careful. Nice. Alright, we're good. I also have Power of Mist. I could be using that a lot more. In fact, I'm gonna use it right here. Alright, you got this sword, bro. Oh my god, the lag. Oh my god, I wish I should get an FPS counter up on screen for this room. Oh god, the lag. Go! 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 Ha! Ha! Okay, we're good. We made it. I'm just powering up, dude. I was about to go fucking Super Saiyan. It's cool to see their individual frames, yeah. The game slows down. So imagine the game doesn't even have like slowdown issues. It's just that the developers were like, we worked really hard on these animations, so we're gonna force the game to slow down here so people can appreciate the work that we put into these animations. This room is just full of floating swords, huh? The Castlevania devs really like the idea of floating swords, huh? I would do that low-key. Emulate slowdown, just so people could see the frames of animation. You can make like a dramatic finish type animation for when you kill certain enemies, if you really wanted to do that, and then have an option to turn that on and off. That's what I would do if I was a game developer. Just flip a switch, obviously. It's that easy. Have you tried pressing the turn on the cool animation switch? Dude spent hella time on them, yeah. This game was rushed, too. I think it was like a 13-month development. So, it's a beautiful little accident. Fill the screen with crap and slow everything down, yeah. Alright. There's supposed to be another bad ending, but they didn't have enough time. I wonder what that bad ending was supposed to be. That's interesting. I've never heard that before, Parasite. The outside area I've heard about. There's supposed to be a hidden garden. Yeah. You got the game for Christmas 1997. I forget when we got the game. It was probably like 98 or 99. I should probably save the game, but whatever. Maria's bad ending? Oh, if you kill Maria? With the Maria boss fight or something? Or they force you to play DXC Maria, and that's the actual bad ending. Alright, we're good. This boss fight shouldn't be too bad. I just can't run out of MP. The audio's on YouTube? Oh, wow, that's cool. Oops. Wow. I am doing not a lot of damage. Okay, I have to be kind of careful. Dude, Sword Bro, you are doing fucking nothing for me. 1 damage? Shaft. I love how he says his name when he throws his balls at you. Alright, there we go. Maria was planned to be in the Richter fight? Interesting. Always thought Soden had great potential as a ROM hack. Or like ROM hacking Soden, I wish. It's just unfortunate that the issue with Soden is that it's on the PlayStation. PlayStation 1 ROM hacking is very, very difficult. It's not like the Super Nintendo or anything like that, where those consoles have like dedicated ROM hacking scenes. And I mean, like, Super Nintendo assembly code is like fully, oh my god, I'm gonna die. Alright, that's not bad. I should live at least one hit then. Oh my god, this is gonna take forever, isn't it? What's up, Swamp? How's it going, dude? Oh my god, we did it.
Go back whence you came. Trouble the soul of my mother no more.
Alright, well.
How?
Are you happy? There's the Heaven
How
Swords.
is it that I've been so defeated?
Heaven Sword only run.
You have been doomed ever since you lost the ability to love.
Sarcasm. For what profit is it to a man?
I gotcha.
Gains the
I gotcha.
world, loses his own
I got
soul.
him. I got the little bean.
Matthew 16:26, I believe.
Okay, he does not like it up here.
Tell
Aw.
me,
I'm gonna let you down. Chill. Oh my god, whatever.
what were Lisa's last
Little
words?
baby.
She said, do not hate humans. If you cannot live with them, then at least do them no harm. For
Beans.
theirs is already a hard lot. She also
Tiny
said
baby,
to
yep.
tell you that she would love you for all of eternity.
So there we go. You got to see the cat at the end of the video. So make sure to stay tuned to the end of the video. If you made it this far, like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Indulging our Heaven Sword, yeah. It's all good. Now I never have to do it again. Haha, because no one's ever going to ask me to do something that I've already done before. That would be really embarrassing if people were to be like, hey, you should do this. Even though I've already done it before. Haha, haha.